So I have a question. So from America First perspective, why do we give $3.8 billion to Israel, which is more aid than we've given to Africa, more aid than we've given to South America, and more aid than we've given to the Caribbean combined, which is home to 1 billion poor people, especially when they deliberately attacked the USS Liberty in the 1970s?
That is incorrect. Do not peddle conspiracy theories in our event. That is not acceptable. Do not say that.
Hey, folks, if you're like me, you abhor the canard that 2 or more people have ever hatched and actuated evil together. Conspiracy theorists beware. Kirk's gonna kick thine hinders. Set phasers to...
Engage.
The army will advance!
I was just wondering, what kind of thoughts did you have this morning at the ceremony at Arlington, when they did the ceremony? What kind of thoughts came up for you?
Thoughts that always come back to us time and time again is how this thing is still being covered up after 40 years. And we know without doubt from the circumstances that it was a deliberate attack. Anyone who looks carefully at the details knows that it was deliberate, and that includes such people as Dean Rusk, as Secretary of State, and all of the heads of all of the intelligence organizations.
Walking through the graveyard trying to find his skipper, Richard Brooks returns almost every year to the National Cemetery in Arlington to remember his shipmates and mark the anniversary of the attack which killed 34 of them.
When they said stand by to receive torpedo hit, and it picked up the ship, and the ship started rolling over, I said, I'll never get out of this mess alive. Weird things were running through your mind, because I chalked myself off. I said, I'll never get out of this.
Chief Engineer Brooks was below deck when the USS Liberty was attacked. A spy ship, it was sitting in international waters flying the US flag when Israel attacked. It was hit with rockets and cannons and missiles. Then torpedoes blew a hole in the side of the ship. Listing badly, it managed to sail out of immediate danger. 171 sailors were injured. Israel claimed it was a case of mistaken identity, that Liberty looked like an Egyptian warship. It apologized and paid compensation, but Richard Brooks doesn't accept that.
It wasn't a tragic accident. It was a deliberate attack. They knew who we were. They wanted us out, either to bring the Americans into the war, or we picked up some information about their war plans.
We were overflown several times during the morning of June the 8th by Israeli aircraft. At least 8 times, 8 different occasions that we were overflown. And the reason they were doing that is to make sure that they knew exactly where all of our transmitting antennas were, so when they attacked, they could knock us out. Now, the excuses the Israelis give, well, they didn't see a flag. Excuse me, they shot down 2 flags, and we ran up 3. The 3rd flag that we ran up was our holiday flag. That's the largest flag you have aboard ship. They claim, well, we couldn't see a flag because of smoke. Well, there wasn't any smoke until the Israelis dropped napalm on us. They claimed that they thought that we were an Egyptian ship, that El Qasir, which is a World War I horse carrier, had not been to sea for 20 years and was waiting to be cut up for scrap. Well, there's some problems with that excuse also. Number one, U.S. ships are painted gray with white markings. Our hallmark was GTR-5. That's your ship's license plate. GTR-5 stands for General Technical Research, the 5th ship of her class, the largest and newest ship of her class. General Technical Research means she's a non-combatant, and non-combatants are not legitimate military targets. I mentioned U.S. ships are painted gray with white markings. Egyptian ships are painted black with gray markings, and those hallmarks are in Arabic script. Big difference. And nobody from Israel can give me the excuse that they don't know the difference between English markings and Arabic script. All highway signs in Israel are marked in Arabic.
still betrayed by our government and for the cover-up, and he's really government for covering it up.
That is
Illegally-
incorrect. Do not peddle
they-
conspiracy theories in our event. That is not acceptable. Do not say that.